Hello, good morning, everyone. How are we today? Are we good? Are we good? Yes? Oh, okay, good. I'm glad. That's good. That's good. Are we excited? Are we excited for this new series? Are we excited for this new series? Okay, good. Great. I'm excited for this new series because, one thing, it's called Presence Over Presence. We're entering this Christmas period of time. It's an exciting period of time. But it's also a kind of a little bit sad because this is our last series of the year. This is the final season. Yes, it's the final season. I was going to say the final episode, but it's not. Throughout this year, we've had some seriously fantastic series. We've gone through a whole bunch of different topics of conversation that hopefully we've all each found like inspiring. Hopefully we've found it challenging at times. I think for me, that's probably the best thing that we can take away is that we feel a bit challenged after a series. We feel a bit informed. We feel a bit inspired. So we've gone through a whole bunch of different series throughout this year, and hopefully those have been some of the takeaways. But today we are starting presence over presence. As Wes was sharing this with me and this idea behind this entire series, one of the things that we're hoping that this series is going to bring to us is, first off, hope. We hope this series is going to bring this information and this inspiration that will give us some hope during the season. For some of us, it's hopefully it's a series that is going to bring us a new perspective on certain things that are going on in our life and maybe shed some light on this season of time. I don't know. But as we all know, Christmas is fast approaching. I did the math, which is a little bit complicated for me, but there is about 17 days until Christmas. Who here has got their Christmas shopping done already? Oh, someone. Marianne's got it. Otherwise, Josh has got it. Josh? I'm excited. Great. Great. But yeah, it's like 17 days away, y'all. It's crazy. It's very exciting. And for some of us, Christmas is probably like the best time of year for us, right? We get super excited for Christmas. The whole presents thing and decorating the Christmas tree, spending time with family and the food and all these different things. And here in New Zealand, it's like summertime. So hopefully the weather is mint on the days. But those are the things that we get excited for. For some of us, Christmas carols are the greatest thing ever. You're not singing them just during December. You're singing them in July. Stop. Don't do that. That's not right. Just sing it in December. That's fine. December time is for Christmas carols. But you're excited for Christmas carols. All right? For some of us, it's the Christmas movies. Who likes the Christmas movies here? Who's like full on? Oh, yeah? That's good. Netflix has got a whole bunch on, I'm sure. But yeah. So we're what's it called? We're very excited for this Christmas period, right? For some of us, it's a season where we expect this Christmas holiday period to be utterly awesome, right? That's for some of us. For me, I like Christmas. Okay, I don't love Christmas, but I like Christmas. Christmas is a great time. I love it. I like it. I like it. The spending time with the family and like cooking food and eating the good food and all that kind of stuff and going on adventures, those are the things that I like about Christmas, right? But the things that I'm not like the biggest fan of is the hecticness that comes with Christmas, okay? We were in our little meeting before the service and Wes says, hey, look, on a scale of 1 to 5, where are you at for like how you're excited for Christmas? And I put up a 2. Not because I don't like Christmas, I like it, but it's because it gets super hectic. And when we go shopping, okay, people, go with the intention of knowing what you want to get, because otherwise it just gets roadblocked and it's frustrating, okay, and it just takes a really long time, and I like to get my stuff done quick. So if you guys could do that, that would be great for me. Thank you. I appreciate it. So I'm a little like 50-50, right? What's it called? One of the big things for me I struggle with is gifts. I'm not like the biggest gift giver or biggest gift receiver. I struggle massively with buying people gifts, it takes me such a long time, which is why I like to go in fast. It doesn't make sense, but I'm not great with gifts, okay, guys? So if any of you like to help me, that'd be great as well, please. But for me, I expect Christmas to be kind of 50-50, all right? I'm excited for it, but I don't love it, right? For some of us, though, Christmas is like the worst time for us. Christmas is probably the most difficult period of time for us. It might actually be the time that we dread the most throughout the entire year, right? Maybe for some of us, it highlights a year of struggles, right? Of disappointments, of the many battles that we've been in throughout the year. And it seems like Christmas, right, is going to be another one of those battles. Maybe for some of us, right, the reason that we dread Christmas is the fact that it highlights that maybe our finances aren't in the best place. For some of us, we're thinking, okay, you know what, this Christmas period of time, finances are tight. I don't know if I'm going to be able to afford gifts, let alone like rent or food or any of those other things, right? So maybe Christmas highlights this financial struggle that we're going through, right? Maybe for some of us, Christmas is a time where it kind of highlights this struggle that maybe we're going through in our relationship, right? Whether it be with a spouse or a partner, or maybe with a family member. Maybe this Christmas period of time is that time that highlights that. And maybe secretly, we're worried that this Christmas period of time is going to be the reason it crumbles. It's finished. For some of us, Christmas is a time where it highlights this loneliness feeling that we feel. Christmas highlights this loneliness that has been kind of with us the entire time. It highlights the fact that maybe we lack community or genuine connection with people. And so we dread this Christmas period. What if for some of us, this Christmas period is a time where it really highlights the addiction battles that we go through? What if during this Christmas period, for some of us, the reason we don't like it is because the addiction gains more control over us rather than we have it under control? So for some of us, this Christmas period is not the most fun, right? Wherever we may stand, though, okay, there are some of us here that expect Christmas to either be brilliant. We expect Christmas to either be 50-50. We expect Christmas to be dreadful, right? For it to be perfect, for it to be bearable, for it to be just over and done with. There's a lot of expectation that gets placed on this Christmas season. Maybe some of the expectation that gets placed on things that are going on with family, on situations or current circumstances that we go through. So there's a lot of this expectation that we place on this Christmas season to maybe fix some of the issues or the arenas in our lives. We expect Christmas, maybe, with a season to solve those issues. But more often than not, we come out of this Christmas period and we realize they haven't, right? They don't. They can't. What if, though, the expectation that we place on the Christmas season period actually went further than that? What if the expectation we place on this Christmas period actually gets transferred somehow, right? Because we know that during this time, gifts and presents are the biggest thing, right? It's Christmas, right? We all expect a present of some sort. It's a staple. It's of big importance. Whether they be actually tangible gifts that we actually receive or intangible gifts, all right? We expect presents. And I believe, and I've actually seen people do this. Seeing people during this season, whatever they've placed an expectation on this season, they've actually transferred that expectation to a gift sometimes, whether it be tangible or intangible. That expectation that they have for this season of Christmas, this period of time, to solve an issue in an arena of life, they place the same expectation on a gift. Whether it was something that they got physically or was intangible. I've seen this happen, right? They expect it, or we expect it sometimes, to bring fulfillment to those areas. Right? Some of the expectations that we may have of the season and the gifts that we may receive could be that we expect it to bring hope. We expect this season to bring hope. We expect this season to bring love. Maybe for some of us, we expect the season to bring encouragement or confidence. For others, it might be courage. And maybe for some of us, it's a direction, a new direction. So what happens? That transference of expectation in this season gets transferred to the gifts. So what happens? We build. We build and we build and we build and we build and we build. We build this huge expectation on this gift that we may receive, that we think we need to receive, that we believe with all our hearts and our minds that it is going to speak into those arenas of life. And so we build and build and build it in our minds and in our hearts, and we build this expectation to such a high degree that it turns out like that. Can I have Blair, do you mind bringing this thing on stage? It's huge. All right? This is my gift that I wrapped yesterday. It involved a ladder and 2.5 rolls of Christmas wrapping. I think I've done it for like Christmas wrapping for the rest of my year, my life. I'm done with Christmas wrapping, right? I don't know how we're going to do this, but we're going to do this. Yeah, okay. Right. If we bring it on stage. Just a little further. Yeah. Okay, here's good. Is this the right side? Yes, it's the right side. Exciting. Thank you. So this is our gift. This is, maybe it's not a gift that we've literally received, right? But we build this huge expectation on the gifts that we may receive, that in our hearts and our minds, it turns out to be something like this. It's huge. And we're excited for it. And we're expectant that it is going to fulfill this arena of life that we so want fulfilled. That we are so stoked. And in our hearts and in our minds, this is how big it looks. And we are so excited because the bigger the gift, the better the gift, right? It's going to happen. It's going to solve all my issues in this arena of life. For some of us in this room, there is broken relationship. Whether it be between family members, whether it be between a spouse, whether it be between a partner, there's broken relationship. We have this. And then for some of us that are going through this, in our hearts and our minds, we build this gift that we think is going to solve all our issues to be this big, and we expect it. We expect it to bring, what's the next slide, Ben? Healing. Maybe we expect it to bring direction. Maybe we expect it to bring encouragement. Maybe this is what we expect this gift to bring. Maybe for some of us, it's the finances, like I spoke before. Next slide, Ben. Maybe it's the finances. This Christmas period of time highlights these finances. And so we're expectant that this gift is going to bring maybe guidance, maybe shepherding, maybe provision during this time. Maybe for some of us, it's the fact that, hey, look, we're going through a sickness. Maybe a family member is going through sickness. And we're expectant and we're hoping and we believe with all our hearts and we build it up so much that this gift is going to bring maybe healing or maybe some hope, maybe some courage during this time. Maybe for some of us, 2018 or the past couple of years, we have been feeling maybe underappreciated or undervalued, or we're feeling defeated. And that feeling of defeat during this time, we expect this gift, tangible or intangible, to maybe bring love or encouragement or courage or confidence. Maybe it's loneliness. Maybe the past while we've been feeling lonely, and that has been the battle of your life, or this battle of this period of time in this arena of life. And it's been taking the biggest beating. Our spirit has taken this biggest beating because we've been feeling so lonely. And so we expect this gift to maybe bring encouragement or love or provision. Maybe, perhaps, the arena of life that maybe some of us are struggling with, are expectant that will bring healing and love and direction and guidance and courage, is maybe our arena of addiction. Maybe we expect this to bring these. The expectation, and this is something I want us to understand, because this is a literal representation, right? This is a tangible gift. But sometimes these gifts are intangible. And this is something I want us to understand is, hey, look, this expectation on whatever tangible or intangible gift, right? This is the expectation we place. Maybe we are expectant that this tangible or intangible gift is going to bring, or is going to be, a light in the darkness. It's going to be with us. It's going to move mountains. But here's where the tension lies. Because I truly believe, okay, I believe this, that deep within us, we know that the expectations that we place on these tangible and intangible gifts have no power. They could never truly fill the gap or the void in that arena of life. I think deep down we know this. But this often, and I look, I'm actually, I'm subject to this too. It often gets forgotten. It gets ignored. And so we build it up. We receive this gift, and we build it up. We hype it up, and we expect so much of it. And then Christmas morning comes. And it's very exciting. I'm very excited to do this. Are you ready? Tear it off. Right? And we break into it, and we get all excited, and we rip it up. And there's nothing. It's empty. It's empty. We are presented with a gift that we have built so much expectation up on, and it's empty. We realize that this gift that we have received is empty in the power to bring fulfillment or any of these things, right? The things that we truly want. In those arenas of life, we realize that it can't. Or maybe what's inside of the gift is something tiny. It's small, it's a figurine. We have this huge box, and we have this tiny thing inside of it. And we realize that this gift that we have placed so much expectation on does not have the capacity or the power to speak into those different arenas of life. It doesn't have the power or the capacity to bring hope or love or encouragement or confidence or courage or direction. It doesn't have the power or the capacity to be a light in the darkness, to be with us, to move mountains. If I was to summarize it into one statement, it would be this. Are you ready? We place expectations on tangible and intangible presents, believing that they will fill the void and bring fulfillment to the different arenas of our lives. And I think we all do this. I do this. I remember doing this. I still do this. We expect we expect this to fix it when it has no power to fix it. What if, though? Maybe, okay, maybe there was a possibility of something that could, or someone that could. What if? Because of the little expectation that we place on it, it looks small and insignificant, and it looks worthless. It's not big. What if this gift or this present that we expect so little on, that it looks so insignificant, came in the form of an invitation? An invitation that is extended to us freely and that is always extended to us. What if, I'm just saying, okay, I'm not saying that we should, but I'm just saying, what if we accepted this invitation, and once we accepted it, we realized that we actually invited a presence into our lives that can not only meet those expectations, but fulfill it. What if this presence was the greatest present that we could receive? What if? I'm just saying, what if it's Jesus? What if it is? Because as I was thinking around this topic, right, and I was having conversations with Wes and other people, I was trying to think of a single verse that could accurately describe Jesus in the context of what we're talking about today. And there's a lot. I will admit there is a lot. But I thought the best way to describe Jesus, or describe Jesus' presence, would be to go through an entire book. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to sit here for the next 4 hours, and we're going to go through the entire book. No, I'm kidding. I've done it for you guys. And so Matthew, the book of Matthew, is my book of choice. Okay? And Matthew, if you guys don't know, Matthew was one of the disciples of Jesus. But before that, he was a tax collector. And during that time, tax collectors, they were not the most liked of people, right? But here we have Jesus. He comes in and he invites Matthew to come along with him. And so we have Matthew, this former tax collector, this disciple of Jesus, writing the first account that we read in the New Testament, in the Bible, of Jesus, the story of who Jesus was. Okay? And so I thought it was a great place to start. So let's go from there. And as I was reading, the first proper description that I found of Jesus' character, I found in chapter 1. And it's verse 23, and this is what it says. It says, "The Virgin Mary will be with child, and will give birth to a son, and they will call him Emmanuel," which means God with us. This is the first description of Jesus' character in the book of Matthew that we see, that he will be called Emmanuel, which means God with us. Some of the other things that I found was this. If we go to the next slide. I found, going through the book, is shepherd. Shepherd comes out numerous times within this book, okay? Jesus is described as a shepherd. And what is a shepherd during that time? Well, even now, a shepherd is one that leads, right? One that guides, one that protects. So imagine if we saw this, we read this, we saw that he is a shepherd, and we invited that presence so that we could be guided, that we could be shepherded. The next one is healer. There are a whole bunch of stories within the book of Matthew alone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 is what I counted. I'm sure I missed a couple. But there are 8 stories of Jesus going around to different towns and in his hometown, healing people and being healer. What if during that time, what if we see this? We say, I want to invite that into my life. I want to invite that into my arena of life. Another thing is teacher, and that's basically the whole book. Really it is. We have servant. We don't expect this. We say that he's our king, and a king doesn't, he serves, but he doesn't serve in the way that Jesus served, right? Jesus served differently. What if we invited Jesus' presence and he was able to serve us? Another one was provider. Provider in many different forms. What if we invited that part of Jesus, that presence of him, into our arena of life where he can provide for us? Provide hope or encouragement or courage or confidence, whatever it may be. One of them is sacrifice. Imagine, okay? Imagine the thing that we are craving the most is love. Because it's feeding off that loneliness or that disconnection that we have. And so we want that genuine connection. What if we realized or understood or believed, right? Imagine if we did that. That he sacrificed himself because he loved us so much. That he would give his own life to the ones he loved most. What if we invited that presence into our arenas of life? And this one, the last one, is actually from John. Cheating a little bit, but I thought it was good. He's the light of the world. Imagine the thing that we are expecting most of this season and time is actually a light. Not even a big light, a small light. Because it's so dark. Imagine if we invited this presence, the light of the world, into our arena of darkness that could shed light, that could bring clarity, direction, hope, whatever it may be. This was all found in one book. And I can guarantee you I've missed out a couple of things. So I skim-read it. But what if we looked at the other accounts? Because there's more to it, right? There's more to this New Testament. What if we looked at the other accounts, the other 3? What if we looked at the different letters? What if we brought in the Old Testament and what it says about God during that time? What if we did that? What would we see or what would we learn about the presence of God or Jesus in our life? What would we expect? What if we changed what if we changed where we placed our expectation? What if instead of placing such a grand expectation on tangible or intangible gifts that we know truly and deep down that really can't speak into those arenas of life, what if we actually place this expectation or this grand expectation for all those different arenas of life on a presence rather than a present? What if we were able to put aside any fear or any doubt that we have about this? And we were able to actually be expectant that this presence that we invite into this arena will fulfill those things that we need most. That will bring that hope, that will bring that courage, that confidence, whatever it may be. I believe with all my heart, and I'm expectant that it will. Not just for my life, but for all of us. This is what I believe with all my heart. This is where the challenge lies. And it's a challenge that during the season, wherever we may be, we can all be challenged by it. Because for some of us here today, we have been coming to church, or we've been a Jesus follower, or whatever you want to call it, our entire lives. We've had relationship with God for our entire lives. And so we may believe that we know everything about him, that we have actually invited his presence into all the different arenas of our lives, and we're actually all good, so this doesn't really apply to me, right? But I want to actually challenge us, those of us in the room that believe this. I want to challenge us and say, hey, let's truly reflect. During this time, during this season, let's truly reflect on the arenas that we may think we've invited Jesus into, but really we haven't. Or we say we have, but really we haven't. Reflect and invite. Maybe for some of us here, we're exploring it for the first time, or for a short time. And we're kind of sure, but not really sure. And so we're sitting on the fence a little bit, right? So what if during this time, we took this challenge upon ourselves to truly reflect, to sit with it, to really look at it and to explore it and to try and figure it out and make a decision? What if that was our challenge for those of us who are in that place? Maybe for some of us, we're like, nah, no. This thing is weird. People are weird. I like some aspects of it. I think it's cool. But that bit, no. That's fine. Really, that's fine. It's okay. But maybe my challenge to us that are in this place where we are now is, don't throw away that invitation. Don't forget it. Keep it in your pocket or on top of the fridge, whatever. But don't forget it. Keep it. Maybe that's the challenge, to come to a place where we can comfortably say, okay, yep. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to ask the team. I'm going to ask, Maddie and Ethan. We've got some invitations. Right? On the front of it, it says you are invited, or it's an invitation. And on the other side of it is a little section where we can write if we're feeling comfortable. We're feeling in this moment in time that, hey, yeah, I want to accept this. I want to invite this presence into an arena of life. I just want to encourage us to write something down. We're going to be playing a song called Seasons, and I think it's so powerful. I think it is an amazing song. We're going to have a performance going on, and I want you guys to enjoy the performance as well and be inspired by it and look at it. But I also want us to really, really take the time during this reflective moment to truly reflect and to write something down, even if it's one word. This is what I encourage us to do. Dear God, first and foremost, I'm so grateful for the fact that we have a God like you. A God that loves us so undeniably, so unexplainably. A God that has sent his Son to die on the cross for us, to sacrifice himself for us out of love. Lord, I just pray that during this Christmas period of time, while the presents are a great thing, they're amazing. I pray, Lord, that we can actually we can truly, wherever we may be, truly reflect on our lives and where we are in those battles that may be raging on in the arenas of our different parts of our lives. I pray, Lord, for the fact that maybe for some of us during this time, we'll be able to accept that invitation that you have so freely given to us, to invite your presence into our lives, into those battles and to those arenas where we know and we expect and we believe that you can fulfill those needs, that you can bring that hope and that love and that encouragement, that confidence, the courage, the direction. Lord, I just pray this over everyone that's here. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.